everybody. We are waking up in Fužine, getting ready to start the second section of our trip. It's going to be 5 days long, and it's going to involve some tenting.
Yeah, so a little bit less ABAP, but we have a pretty nice tent. We're also going to be starting to get into the Vela bit, so we're going to see some higher mountains, which is really exciting. We're also going to be kind of crisscrossing paths with the Croatian long distance trail as well as the Via Dinarica, so we'll have some choice options. Let's see what we get into. So one of the paths that you can take is the Croatian long distance hiking trail, and it goes directly out of Fužine, so you would not have to hitchhike or take a bus or a train back to the trail. And it meets back up at the top of the Vihoraški mountain. So that's where we're heading right now. Another really nice thing about this overlap with the Croatian long distance hiking trail is that there's we call it gut hook because we're old, but there's a far out map for it. So there's user data. There's not a lot of user data, but there's at least one person out here leaving comments for this year, so hopefully we'll be able to get some updated information about water sources and stuff. I love how huts just appear on mountaintops here. And there's even evidence that we're on the right path. We haven't seen one of those in a while. This hut and this journal is just giving me AT vibes from back in the day when we used to have to communicate before smartphones existed. Let's see, who do we have here? Looks like we're just a couple of weeks behind some BDT hikers and somebody on the Croatian long distance trail from Canada.
On the top of Mount Dinaric. Very nice view.
1 million tadpoles. Oh my gosh. It's a really, really mucky area. I landed in the mud. It was gross. Had some extra time to kill because we are way early to get to our stay tonight. And so we popped by Merkapaya, which is really the last place to stop. There is a consume here. We got some snacks we couldn't get normally because they just melt. So that's exciting. But after today, we will not see a store until we get to Karlobag. All right, well, we have shown up here. We have reservations, but it's self-service. They're not going to be here. They've given us a code, and we have the run of the place. There's showers, and there's like a living room, and there's an upstairs, and there's rooms up there, and then there's also all these bunk beds. And we have the entire place to ourselves. It's like crazy. It is definitely weird to be in this hut all by ourselves. They serve dinner. We had planned on that. We did not buy dinner for tonight, but we carry an extra dinner. So those are just potatoes. We put some butter and salt in it from the kitchen.
It's also at least a year old, if not more. We don't know how long it's been in our cupboard. So.
Yeah, we brought it with us from the US. But it's fine. Fun with early morning dots. We left really early this morning because, well, it's hard to plan out here, right? I didn't know what we were going to be facing today, which is like this famous trail. I'm putting the title below. That's got like hand over hand, like cables and walls of climbing, which is far outside of anything I want to do. There's an alternate that you can go around it. So I was like, well, duh. We're not going to do that because we've got big miles to do because we've got to get to a certain place.
Right, except that I really want to do it because that sounds like a lot of fun to me.
So I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all, but he's going to go do that trail and I'm going to go do the alternate, and hopefully neither of us dies.
Here's the plan. this is the trail that I'm going to take. It says that it's an hour to the first mountain, the first peak, and then we think it's 3 to 4 hours between the peaks. So if I can do it on the low side, I should be able to do this in about 4 hours. We're going to find out. I'm going to move as fast as I can without being reckless.
For those of you watching at home thinking, this seems really stupid. You're in a foreign country. You don't have health insurance there. You're splitting up. To that I say, I agree.
A lot of the trail is actually just trail, so it's not all scrambling all the time.
Mosquitoes are pretty bad in here, but it's pretty neat. Oh, Jesus, they're real bad. Gotta get out of here. This field of nettles got my fear of heights kind of like, maybe like getting cured. I don't know. I'm gonna go back a little ways and see. I've got some cables here.
This trail, I believe, goes up to the second peak. You can see chains up there. And then this one goes to where Melissa is waiting. So I'm gonna try and get to my wife.
I was just playing around over here and then I heard a big crash. You made great time. This trail is not very straightforward. It's up and down and up and down. Plenty of shenanigans.
All right, we are definitely just following the blue line on the map right now because we've lost any semblance of trail, and I haven't seen a red dot in quite a while now.
I really haven't felt like hiker trash yet, but today I feel like hiker trash. Treating water from this well by this abandoned building that says death on it. Back in a tent. Oh boy, today was a tough one.
It was.
27 miles. I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to eat my cold soaked noodles and go to bed. Getting all packed up. Picking out our snacks for the day. Today we get to the Bella Beat and it's supposed to be really, really stunning. So I think we just have a little bit more of this like unkept trail, and then we're gonna hit some really, really pretty stuff later today. So I've been really grateful for this like really pretty woods track where we camped for like a whole second. It looks really nice. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so exciting. What a dramatic. The Adriatic has just appeared before us in this glorious sunrise. Watch out for horse poop. It's quite the juxtaposition. Oh my gosh. I needed that actually. This morning has been such a welcome change from yesterday. Boy, yesterday had me going like, oh, Croatia, what is this? But I don't know, this is pretty gorgeous today. I hope it sticks around. It's a water problem, like we don't know where to find water. In this region. We went past a place where we were supposed to find water last night. We did not find water. And then this morning we walked past this house that looked like there wasn't anybody there, and there was like a water bucket full of water just sitting by this well. And we're like, okay. So we just took the water, and then we realized there was a car behind the house, and we're like, ugh, ugh. And then we just ran off with the water because we'd already taken it. And now we realize they're going to come out and be like, didn't we leave this water bucket full? And then they're like, what happened to the water? And it was Jean Valjean. That's all we have to say. We found this amazing break spot here in Frantic. There's this really creepy old hotel that you have to walk past. We got a little confused, but we're good now. We found the dots.
As an Italian son, I am enjoying being able to look across the Adriatic at Italy all day long. And Melissa has colleagues over there, so hey Lisa, hey Scott.
Quick pro tip. Before I left, I actually copied and pasted all of the trail descriptions off the VDT website. Kind of like in a day by day, you don't have to do this, but just to have it offline in a Google Doc so that we would be able to reference. I didn't really read it before I came out here. I mean, who could read all of that and understand it? But one thing we're realizing is how helpful it actually is once you're out here, given how little information there is. Because they kind of sneak in things that you're like, oh. So like sneak in like alternates. So like if you go on the path that we've laid out for you, it'll take you 8 hours to go 4 miles because we aren't even maintaining this path anymore. Good luck. Or you can take this other path. So pay attention to that. Like, it's been helpful. We've got the biggest grasshoppers here. I wonder if they taste good. Tony was so brave. He went up to these posh people in this posh apartment and he asked for water in Croatian. And now, oh, hey! And it's our new friend. Finally heading to the Velebit National Park. At the Zavizan tonight. Zavizan. Zavizan. Gotta say things right. We were just shown to basically a private room in this hut. It's so beautiful. And look at this view out this window. Oh my God. Good morning. Dobro jutro. It was rowdy last night. I mean, rowdy for us. We go to bed early. We wake up. We get up with the sun. We want to head out, beat this heat. Oh, we had a pack of American teenagers in that hut last night, and they were just loud. My God, it was noisy until well after midnight. Just pounding and yelling and screaming. Not very restful, but it was fine. It was an experience. For sure. But we're American teachers, so we need a little break sometimes. Named after the man who developed the trail. But basically this is an untamed wilderness, but he managed to make a trail that was almost like just without any major elevation through this impassable mountain wilderness. So it's accessible to almost anybody. And it's supposed to just include just this amazing beauty of the middle of Velebit. So let's see what it's got in store for us. Soft, beautiful, soft ground. We've arrived at a hut where they sell food, and we really hope they sell breakfast, and we just don't know. So I've been trying not to get too excited. We got breakfast. Sweet. So we entered the park yesterday and we were like, how much? And they said it was €5 a person, so we paid. They gave us a ticket. We didn't really understand. That was just for the day. Because then today we ran into a ranger at breakfast and he was like, do you have a ticket? We're like, yes, we do. We in fact do have a ticket, and we showed it to him and he is like, this isn't valid. That was for yesterday. You need a ticket for today. So then we had to pay another €10. But just for today. So it's kind of like, it's like, but just for today, if you don't get caught tomorrow, you won't have to pay tomorrow. It's like, I feel like that's how they're doing this. So be prepared with a lot of euro because it's cash only. So depending on how many days you're going to be in the national park and how many rangers you think you might accidentally run into. Well, we've gotten to our hut and there appears to be a lot of cars. So we're a little anxious, but hopefully there's plenty of room and they won't be super loud partiers. It is a Saturday night. We are very near pretty big cities on the coast. They made enough goulash for us and they offered us some. We got to a point in the trail very early this morning where it pointed us in two different directions. One was where our GBX track told us to go, and the other was a sign pointing to the location that we were supposed to be going to. So we're kind of on an adventure. We're still following dots. I had made a note in my spreadsheet. I have a lot of detailed notes. I had made a note from reading comments that said something like, follow the signs, not the GPX tracks today. So we think we're trusting our instincts here and following the signs and not the GPX track.
Every time we see animals, whether it's a mountain lion or bears or whatever, I don't see it because Melissa doesn't tell me. She's just quiet about it, and then she's like, oh, you just missed that. I tell her every time I see a deer, a bird, a snail.
Oh, hold it up long enough for me to get under.
Hurry, I can't do much longer.
Crossing through the magical doorway. Woo! We are coming into our hitch into Karlobag, and we have encountered some extremely cruisy trail, what we call Steve Rogers Trail, because I could do this all day, and it is nice.
We're getting closer and closer to the road where there is a hostel. We're kind of hoping for breakfast. There's also a good place to hitch, supposedly, to get to Karlobag, where we are going to have a 0 day by the ocean. And it's going to be 100 degrees Fahrenheit in town for the next 2 days. Breakfast obtained. These awesome ladies have offered to give us a ride to town. And we have arrived in Karlobag. Just like that.
We're in Karlobag, walking down these little pedestrian alleys. It's a really beautiful town. We're definitely going to try and swim in the Adriatic in a little bit. Right now we're just enjoying the time off in the very, very hot weather.
Here is our apartment. We have gotten in. Very nice. And there's a balcony with a sea view.
We found our apartment in Karlobag, and this 10-year-old kid comes out to greet us. I'm sure it's just because he speaks the best English of anyone in his family. But so he's the one who let us in. He gave us a tour of the whole place. And then he's knocked on the door like 3 times since then. One time to deliver like 2 big glasses of wine. And then he also brought us more laundry detergent. And so it's like we have this 10-year-old landlord